Alt R. Edit.
Hi, this is Dr. Robinson, and today I'm going to go over how you use Desmos Graphing Calculator and how you complete all your math problems. So I've just picked out one math problem that one of our students has to do, actually
Special offer. Expand your meetings.
are in algebra, or wherever you need to do graphing, and this is how you do it. So
Blank. Use the slope-intercept form to graph the equation math content y equals 3/5 x plus 4.
okay. So if they're beginners, I'm only going to do y equals 3/5x because I want them to compare that to the +4. So they really understand rise over run and then the y-intercept and the power of that y-intercept. So that's where we're going to go ahead and start. I'm going to Alt-Tab to Desmos and type in y equals 3/5x.
Zoom to Desmos Graphing Calculator Personal Microsoft.
Okay. I didn't hear if it was actually on, so I'm going to hit a letter.
Y.
And actually,
Y by adding x equals to the beginning.
and if it would have told me that I couldn't type it, I would have hit enter for edit forms mod. So just keep that in mind.
Equals 3/5.
Now I'm going to tell
Y
you
equals
right
3/5.
now, you need to put right arrow, otherwise the x comes out
X.
right there by 5.
Y equals start
That
fraction.
is really wrong.
Blank. X.
Right arrow.
After start fraction 3/5 end fraction.
And don't you love how, Desmos is just giving you directions.
X.
And there we go.
Y equals 3/5 x as graph. The audio trace. Press Alt T.
Okay. When you Alt T, you're going to listen to a lot, but please listen.
5x Alt T. Desmos Graphing Calculator. Graph paper. X-axis visible from -10 to 10. Y-axis visible from -6.033 to 6.033. Grid lines are visible. One audio traceable curve. Graph paper. Audio trace on. Use arrow keys to navigate. To hear the graph. Press H to disable audio trace. Press Alt T. Expression 10. Intercepted x 0. Y 0.
That is a lot of information. So what you want to do, especially when the students are beginners, is open your history so they can go line by line and really listen to everything Jaws just told them. You're going to insert space and then H.
Space. Desmos Graphing Calculator document. Speech history. Audio trace on. Use arrow keys to navigate. To hear the graph. Press H to disable audio trace. Press Alt T. Expression 10. Intercepted x.
And I'm going to go ahead and hush them up. And at this point, you're at the bottom of the graph. You can control home and down arrow and listen to the distance and all the space and all the facts of this graph. I'm going to hit escape and get out.
Escape. Desmos Graphing Calculator. Desmos Graphing Calculator. Microsoft Edge Personal. Desmos Graphing Calculator.
Okay, let's actually make sure we're there.
Alt T.
And we're not, so let's go ahead and tab back in. So just be aware that it makes you lose focus. I'm going to Alt-Tab off, Alt-Tab back on.
Task switching. Desmos Graphing Calculator.
Okay, and tab.
Desmos Graphing Calculator. Expression list region. Expression 1. Y equals 3/5 x as graph. The audio trace. Press Alt T. Edit. Blank. Type in text. Graph paper. X-axis visible from.
Alt-T.
Alt T. Graph paper. X-axis visible from -10 to 10.
H.
Y-axis H.
Okay, that's a great sound, but by golly, you're going to want to touch that, just like a sighted kid wants to see it. So does a blind student. They really need to put their fingers on it. But I'm going to go ahead and right arrow to go up my graph. Okay, because a lot of kids are going to do up arrow, and guess what? Up arrow takes down. Right. So I try to use right arrow and left arrow and always tell kids to stick to that. Now you can auditorily hear it go down, but if you stick to just the left arrow and the right arrow, okay.
X 0.4, Y 0.2.
But you know what? Come up with whatever tricks you've got. So that is the line. And of course, at this point, to really get this quickly into the graph, now I need to add +4 on there, but let's say it was just this problem. I'm going to do Alt Print Screen.
Alt Print Screen.
I'm going to Alt Tab back.
Task switching. Document one word. To move to an item, press the arrow. Blank.
Down arrow, Control T. Okay, and at that point, the student is going to go ahead and select that, and they're going to make that smaller. If you've never done that before, Control Shift O.
Inline objects dialog. List 1, list view. A graph on the computer screen. Description automatically generated. 6.5 inches. Y enter. Document 1 selected. A graph on the applications. Group cut 1 of 3. Remove the selection and put it on the Z. Leaving menus. Cancel button to activate.
Always go to your absolute because the kids need to understand size. This is an 8 by 11 piece of paper. So Alt E right to your absolute.
Alt E absolute radio button check. Absolute height edit combo 3.55.
That's not bad, but I tell the kids to keep it below 3 because they've got a lot of graphs to do. Or whatever the teacher wants. If the teacher says make it a little bit larger, make it a little bit larger. Let's always go to tab to both.
Absolute radio, absolute width, edit combo 6.5.
Way too large. So I'm going to type in 3.5.
3 period 5.
And I'm going to hit enter.
Enter. A graph on the computer screen description automatically.
Perfect.
In line with text. In line with text. In line with escape. Escape.
Is homework. The kids just need to get this work done. And that's how you can do it really, really fast. But we still need to emboss this so the kid actually understands how to do it. Let's all tab back.
Task switching. Desmos Graphing Calculator.
Here we go. We're going to insert F5.
Select the form field dialog. List 1, list S. Save but S. Share button 4 of 33.
Share button, enter.
Enter. Share button menu. Press space to
Enter
activate the
again.
menu. Enter. Desmos Graphing Calculator.
I'm going to tab to export image.
Copy button. Print link. Export image link.
Enter.
Enter. Desmos Graphing Calculator Personal Microsoft. Edge dialog. Medium square button menu. Press space to activate the menu. Then navigate with arrow key. Enter. Expanded.
Tab one time. Down arrow will not work.
Size options group. Small square button. Medium square. Large square. Medium rect. Large rect. Heading level. VP max 8.5 x 11 button. VP max 11.5.
I'm going to tell you 8.5 is really too small for graphs. These, you could do it, but you're going to be, it's going to be just a little bit of data. When you need a good graph, go 11.5 by 11. Hit enter.
Enter. VP max 11.5 x 11 button menu.
You've got Nemeth and UEB options. I select Nemeth and I'm going to tab to download PNG.
Braille mode group. Nemeth toggle button. UEB. Accessibility. Image download group. Download PNG button to enter. Desmos Graphing Calculator document. Downloading.
I'm going to Control J and I'm going to open this in my photo editor. Control J.
Control J. Downloads dialog. Recent downloads. Open button to activate. Enter. Downloading one files. 100% complete. Downloads completed.
Okay, the image comes out like a little 1x1. It is way too small to graph. You can't do it. So you're going to do Control E, which enlarges it and it fills the page. Control E.
Control E. Back button to activate. Press space bar. Desmos Graph 5.
Okay, it takes typically 6 tabs, to figure out what it's on your computer. It probably is the same. And I need to select it and then copy it. This is what I want to paste into my designer in order to get a whole page of embossed graph.
MS Apps Web Mic. Reset. Crop. Press enter for cancel button. Drag the image or use the arrow keys to move image and crop region. Dimension is 2.
As soon as you hear that, drag the image, so you know if it's 6 tabs, you're good to go. I want to Control C and I want to copy that.
Copied. Success icon copied to clipboard.
I want to go ahead and go into my designer.
E. Search box edit. Type in text. Info bar. Enter. Tiger Designer.
Okay, and I use Tiger Designer. I want to do a Control N for a new document.
Control N. New document dialog. Page size. Page width edit. 11.00. Type in text.
Okay. For whatever reason on mine, it constantly changes it to print emboss. Other students, it just goes right to emboss. Oh, I know, because I have 7. I need to update to 8. Well, there you go.
Page height edit. Printer model. Page type combo box. Printed emboss. 3 of E. Emboss only Tiger. 1 of 3.
Well, that's pretty easy. Just hit E for emboss and hit enter.
Enter. Tiger Designer unknown printer type.
Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and paste that.
Pasted. Bitmap properties dialog. Brightness edit 0. Type in text. Alt plus D.
Contrast is what's going to give me deeper lines.
Brightness up. Contrast edit 0. Type in text. Alt.
Negative 44 is what I like. If you go higher, the lines start to disappear. So maybe negative 50 is what you want, or negative 70. This is something you have to kind of play around with to see what you like the best.
Dash. 4.
Okay, and at that, negative 44, I'm going to hit enter.
44. Enter. Tiger Designer unknown printer type.
And at that point, I do a Control P and emboss this off.
Print dialog. Printer combo box. APH Pix Blaster copy 1 USB 001.
That's exactly what I want. I'm not going to emboss it off. It takes about 4 minutes to emboss it off. I'm going to hit escape.
Escape. Tiger Designer unknown print.
I'm going to hush this up. If you're visual, you can already see exactly how this graph is going to look and feel, actually. And as soon as you emboss that off, you're going to see this beautiful tactile. So the proof is here, a blind person can do this all by themselves. They don't need a sighted person to do this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go back to Desmos and add a +4 on there, which I know we needed.
Desmos Graphing Calculator document 1 word.
I've got a lot of windows open here. Let's see, where do I want to go? Oh, I know.
Desmos Graphing Calculator Personal Microsoft.
Okay,
Edge.
and
Download
escape.
Escape.
Blank,
Type in text.
Okay, and I'm back to my edit box. I'm going to go ahead and do a
plus
+4.
4.
Yeah, I highly
Y = 3.
suggest as you're working, close out your windows, especially, like when you're doing a video. Okay, so this is much changed. I'm going to find the exact same, I'm going to do the exact same commands, but now we have the y-intercept up on 4, which is where it should be, before you start counting 3 to go up to 7. And then, of course, rise over run, and so, of course, you're going to run along x to 5. Or however you want to say that. But anyway, you could go down to 0, 0, and you could count over 5 also. But you have to keep in mind, you have to go up 7. So rise over run, you always rise with the first number going up y, and you run with 5. Anyway, those are words that I use to help myself understand what it is. And then, of course, I'm going to go and I'm going to emboss this off. And this gives the opportunity for the students to compare sounds and compare what is just a regular slope and a regular y-intercept and what they are and how they are joined together. Okay, that is how you emboss using Desmos in order to get your information. Hope that helped.
Zoom.